Hey there everyone, happy Tuesday afternoon. I'm King 5, Meteorologist Adam Claibon. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their holiday yesterday, spent some great time with family and friends, relaxed, enjoyed the sunshine that eventually came out by the afternoon. That's a pattern we're going to see here for the next few days. We're going to talk about that, but also we're going to talk about how the sunshine will take more of a longer period of the day by the time we head into the weekend, and that will mean a warm-up. And we're going to talk about some possible 80s to go along with that warm-up. More on that, plus with all the warm weather we've seen throughout the month of May, how does this stack up in the record books as far as being possibly the warmest May on record? We're going to let you know about that here in just a bit. First, let's talk about this morning, because this morning did cool down, and those cooler temperatures helped to keep things rather moderate here throughout the afternoon hours, especially with the clouds in place. Lows dropping down into the 40s, down to 45 in Bremerton, 47 in Tacoma, morning low of 48 degrees in Forks, and some low 50s to around Bellingham, Renton, and around Oak Harbor. Now, something we even noticed up here around Everett, we saw some patchy areas of drizzle, some really dense fog that helped to wet the runway to a certain degree. Again, we do expect to dry out and start to see clearer skies later on into the afternoon, but it's around areas here in Puget Sound that we see a lot more of the cloud coverage. While out closer to the coast, we got a lot more sunshine that's ahead. Here we go again, back to Puget Sound, SchoolNet side, Granite Falls, seeing cloudier skies still sticking around with us here into the early part of the afternoon, and even up into the mountains too. We've been seeing a lot more of the clouds and the fog in place. Now, as of yesterday, and this is not including what we're going to see today, but you can see the average temperature when you take all the highs and you take all of the lows, you average those together. Our temperature for the month of May sits at 61.2 degrees, and that actually ties the warmest May on record, which was back in 2018 at 61.2. The thing about it is, we do expect these cooler numbers, these cooler temperatures today and tomorrow to drop us below that mark. So we probably won't be at the top mark, but I think number 2, number 3, definitely within the realm of being maybe tied or maybe even exceeded with some of our temperatures that we're going to see here into the end of the month. So we definitely will see this month as one of the warmest Mays we've actually had on record here. As far as our temperatures right now, 50s and 60s down along the coast, and really seeing a lot more of those milder temperatures across parts of the interior northwest. Farther east you go, that's where you get a lot more of the 80s, even getting back up into the 90s. Now, our temperatures in comparison to yesterday, much more of a difference from central and north sound and going up into northern interior, where the clouds have been just kind of hanging around for a good portion of the day Tuesday. Now, farther south, more sunshine down there. That's helped us up into the low 60s here as of about 1 p.m. this afternoon. Still holding on to the low to mid 50s here closer to central and north sound. Again, the coast seeing some upper 50s closer to the coast there. For the north coast, south coast at 60 degrees around Hoquiam. So on into the day, Seattle, we expect highs, I think, to get back into more the mid 60s by this afternoon. Sunshine really helps things out. So once we get that sun to really peek out from behind those clouds and take full control, temperatures are going to warm up. Now, depending on the timing of that, we will warm up a lot or we won't warm up much at all. Here we go, looking at the satellite and radar picture, seeing some active weather across portions of Idaho, Oregon, heading into more of Nevada and up into Montana too. That area of low pressure spawning a lot of that activity a little too far south for us here in western Washington, and we still keep more of this westerly flow that's going on, this flow that's coming off of the Pacific that's heading right towards us. So what that will lead to is just more of the same of what we've been seeing, that marine layer in the morning hours, then starting to switch over to the sunshine by the afternoon. Case in point, here we go. Later on into this evening, we see 7 o'clock clearer skies, but then right around midnight afterwards, we see those cloudy conditions return. That's going to stick around for tomorrow, and I think tomorrow we might have a decent day of keeping a lot of those clouds in place for a long portion of the day. We might not even see much sunshine until the very, very end of the afternoon. Then we'll head on into tomorrow night, start to cool down. There are some areas of clearing skies by that point, and I think we are going to see sunshine stay around for a longer period of the day as we head into Thursday, and that will be the start of the warm-up that we're going to have later on into the week. So we'll get up to about 70 on Thursday, still near, if not just slightly below average for a few of us. But then we head into Friday. We start to climb those numbers back into the 70s and mid to upper 70s by the end of the weekend, possibly 80s by Sunday in a few spots. Better chances of those 80s around to start off next work week. Highs today making their way into the 50s and the low 60s. Again, keep an eye out for more of that sun later into the day, but Friday Harbor, Linden, around Mount Vernon, not seeing a whole lot as of right now, especially the farther south you go around Tulalip and Marysville. Here around Seattle, it's been a little while before we've seen the sun. We'll see more of it here later this afternoon. Temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s, and farther south of that, we'll see highs around the low 60s in Tacoma, 62 in Auburn, calling for a high of 65 in Shelton, and those lows dropping back down into the 40s. You can let the windows open later tonight. Might be a little chilly inside of your homes by tomorrow morning, but once we head into the afternoon, again, we'll start to warm things up. A lot more clouds around, I think, tomorrow, but then we'll start to see a lot of sunshine. Stick around into Thursday and on through the weekend as highs start to